Hey ghouls, welcome to Cool Ghoul Studio. My name is Wendy and today we're going to be doing a little sketchbook tour. I've been working on this sketchbook for the last 7 months. Some of these pieces are a little bit more emotional and personal, but they were really fun to work on and I'm just really excited to show you guys what's in my sketchbook. Let's jump right in. So the very first page, I called this piece The Devil Herself, and I loved how she came out. I used Ohuhu markers. I love how vibrant they are, and I love how this piece came out. And I also used gel pens for piercings, so they're a little bit more reflective. I started this sketchbook in September 20th, 2024, and then I just finished it on March 5th of 2025. I was trying to kind of push myself to draw people and characters from different angles, and so I'm really happy with how she came out. I think I got the proportions right, and I think she just looks badass. Also, if you look closely on her sunglasses, here I'll zoom in a bit. I tried to hide my signature right here. I got that idea from Valfre on Instagram. She's such a cool artist and I love her work. Okay, this next piece, it's a little bit more personal for me. I drew this a month after losing a relative and I wanted to kind of show what my mindset was like after losing my loved one. And I think this piece came out very beautiful. It's called Death on My Mind. I'm really happy with how this page came out. I really like the expression that she has going on. I feel like it really is showing how fearful she is of death. And I love how the Grim Reaper is kind of like overpowering and it's just looking down on her. So I used Ohuhu markers for this piece. I used a little bit of some glitter gel pens for the flowers. Also used them for her hair clips, like a silver gel pen, and then her little piercing on her ear. I kind of struggled with the eyelashes, but overall I think she just came out really beautiful. The hearts in the eyes are kind of like the reflection. I always like to do that in my pieces. It's kind of another one of my signature looks. So this one's a really fun one. This one I used again Ohuhu markers for both, and then I used a black pen for the black and white clown. I used chunky glitter for the happy clown, and then for the sad clown I just used fine black glitter for the edges. So the blue and the gold on this piece was inspired by the How to Go video by Chapel Rowan. And I really love these colors. I think they go perfectly together. And then with my sad clown, I kind of don't really like how the hair came out. But overall, I'm really happy with both of these pieces. I have all the materials that I used, including the sketchbook, down in the link in the description. The glitters, unfortunately, I don't know where I got them from. My mom just gave them to me. Okay, so this is where we get into kind of my spooky era. I was watching a lot of like horror movies. Oh yes, it was October. And so I got the idea for this page from Jennifer's Body because I like how she's kind of like a man-eater, but she's also really cute and feminine and she wears pink. And that's where I got the idea for both of these pieces. For the eye piece, I called it Pretty Brown Eyes. I really liked how her eyebrow came out and the makeup. I'm not too happy with the stars. I think I started off with like one star and then I just went crazy because I was messing up and then they started smudging. So I was trying to cover up my mistakes with the stars. But I think it all kind of tied in well together. And then I gave her a little dermal. And a lot of my pieces, I like to include piercings and like body modifications. Because I just really like them. I myself have piercings and tattoos. I always try to include them into my work. Okay, and then this piece with the lips, I called it Spooky Princess. And I really love how the lips came out. It looks different depending on the lighting, but I think it's super cute and I love how her lips pop. I'm not a big fan of how I drew her fingers. I struggle a lot with hands. But I tried. For the little like shimmery parts on both of these pieces, including her lips, I used metallic watercolor, like kind of like a pastel one. And so I really love how it's just giving a dimension. And again, I used the hoo-hoo markers. I used them basically in all of the pages. I will tell you like which ones I didn't use them on. Okay, and then the next page, it is my Punk Kitty and Emo Frog. These are two characters that I came up with in one of my Procreate drawings, and I wanted to include them in my sketchbook. And the Punk Kitty, I tried my best to make it look like my actual cat, Cleo. I just didn't like the way that the Liberty Spike came out, but overall, I'm pretty happy with both of these pieces. For the Emo Frog, I did my signature look of the heart in the eyes. Okay, this next page. So on this page, I was gonna draw another character that I have come up with, which was the alternative cow, which was like, it kind of went along with these two, but it didn't really fit on the page, and I just wasn't happy with how it was coming out. I was just like doodling with my markers and created like this plaid piece right here. The page also got messed up because I painted a piece on the next page I'll show you with wash, so it kind of just got on this page as well. This piece, I'm not too happy with how it came out. I love when people use different colors to outline their work. I was trying to do that with the hot pink gel pen or glitter pen, and I just didn't like how it came out. But I do love like the little flower on these little fairies' hair. And then I like the colors of the background. I think the pastel looks really cute. Okay. Next, I just love like the matte look of gouache. So I'm trying to practice and learn how to work with it. So I did like a little beach with an umbrella. Next page, I used crayons to draw my mom's cat. His name is Jack Jack, and he was watching the pigeons outside, and I think it's so cute, and I felt like they were messing with him and teasing him. I drew like also the pigeons laughing at him. So this page, I had just gotten crayons, and then I was trying to do kind of a nostalgia piece. I drew things like little characters that I used to draw as a kid, and then how I used to draw myself as a kid. I used to really love Bobby Jack, so I drew these in inspiration of Bobby Jack. And I really loved emo art when I was a kid. So I drew a boy and a girl skull, and the girls would always have like the little bows in my drawings. And then this, I used to draw myself like the big anime eyes. So this is one of my favorite pages. I love the colors and I love the symbolism of everything. This is another like personal one for me. Both kind of touch on grieving, loss, and mental health. And I love the colors because they also kind of remind me of some of the colors I see in Mexican art and like Mexican houses. I brought back the Grim Reaper from the second page. I wanted to stylize the Grim Reaper, kind of make it into a character of mine. So I also added like makeup on the mask and some highlight. So this page, a Valentine's Day idea for a Valentine's Day card. And I just can't figure out how to do the little 3D effect. Oh, I mean, I guess kind of that. But I drew kind of like a skeleton in the back. And then I tried to do an anatomically correct heart. So I drew a punk rock chick. I really love how she came out. I call this one You're a Rocker, huh? Because when I was in high school, I was really emo. And I remember this guy asking me that. And I just thought it was so funny. This is kind of just like a prototype. And it's the self-love monster. It was inspired by this artist on Instagram. His name is Nick Douillard. He makes really cute blob pieces with these big eyes and big teeth, and I just really love like his art process. So my boyfriend and I stayed at an Airbnb, and there was this cool kendama there, and I was just obsessed with it. I had never seen one with this type of design on it, and so I wanted to have a little memory of when we were at the Airbnb. It's also why I got my sketchbook so small. I know this is like a teeny tiny sketchbook. I think it's a 5x5, but I wanted to take it with me to places. I was going for more of a realism look, but I'm not there yet. I'm still learning. I don't like this piece, but I tried. It was supposed to be another piece for Valentine's Day. I just don't like her pose. The sketch came out kind of cute, but then as I started working on it some more, I was like, yeah, no, this is not it. I hate her feet and I hate her hands. Like I said, I struggle with that, and I struggle a bit with anatomy, but this is practice. This is me practicing. Kind of like the way that the skirt looks, especially in the light. It looks all shimmery. Okay, I love the way that this bunny came out. It's so cute. I love the blush and the little details in the background. It's so precious. I do eventually, so I'm not a tattoo artist or anything, but I do eventually want to make a flash sheet with some of the drawings that I have here, and maybe I'll do that in a video for next time. That would be really fun, me trying to make a flash sheet for the first time. As much as I love horror stuff, I also love cutesy stuff. Okay, so this page, we'll start off with this one. So this is again another emotional piece for me, with going through the stages of grief, I guess, through this sketchbook. I was just kind of angry and upset at some of the circumstances in my life, and I wanted to just kind of let that all out on this page. I love that I just didn't give a shit, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna do these random spirals. And I love the flame in her eyes. The grenade, I felt like I could have done better. This is a very cool piece to kind of show like how my head felt like it was gonna explode. So really cool piece, and I tried to shade a little bit with the black pen to kind of change up how I shade. So also I did a couple pieces. I think the next 4 pieces in the sketchbook were done on the same day. Well, this one I had started a couple days prior, this one, but then I just completed it, and then I was like, you know what, I want to draw some more. I was still really upset, so I did this piece. And the artist that I got this idea from, her name is @LizziePhoenix on YouTube. She called this the Star Zen Tangle. Basically what she did was she did like 4 stars, and then she just outlined them, and then the more that she outlined, the more that it grew. Like you had to learn how to create like different shapes as you connected the stars, and I thought this was so cool, so therapeutic. I had to try it out, and thank you LizziePhoenix for the idea. Okay, yeah, so these 2 pieces I did on the same day as the last 2. So I was listening to the live performance of A Forest by The Cure. It's so good. If you guys haven't seen it, you guys need to check it out. I got my boyfriend obsessed with it. He listens to it all the time too. But I kind of wanted to draw as I was listening to it, and draw how I felt and the colors I saw. In their performance, they use a lot of like greens and blues and yellows. I also drew the forest to go along with the name of the song. And then I try to draw Robert Smith in action. This is from around like Valentine's Day. My boyfriend had gotten me a beautiful bouquet of red roses. I wanted to, again, preserve the memory and always have it with me. So I tried using watercolor on this page. I watched a lot of YouTube videos on how to work with watercolors. I'm still very new to that too. Kristen Van Leuven on YouTube. She has a lot of really good watercolor videos, and she teaches you how to paint with it, how to add dimension and light and everything. It's so cool. I learned a lot from her videos. So if you want to learn more about watercolor, I recommend her channel. She's such a great teacher. Okay, so this piece right here was before I watched Kristen's videos, so they're not as good. But I tried to draw some tulips. I used a chrome watercolor for the little diamonds in the back. I tried to sign my name like Bob Ross down here. It kind of failed. Okay, and then I think I was just bored and using the hoo hoo markers to create like little plaid patterns on these two pages. So this is a more political piece, I guess you would say. So I love art history. I think that art is so important. I think you can use your art to make statements. I wanted to just show how I felt and what my stance was on the shit going on in the world right now, especially in the United States. I am Mexican American, and a lot of the stuff that I see going on in the world, as far as like with the immigration stuff, it does impact me and it does hurt to see that stuff going on with my people. I call this piece groceries. In the grocery bag, I put bread that says loafing over it and spread thin butter. Hell no cereal. I drew the little smiley, kind of juxtapose what it says, the word cooked. Of course, the fuck ice bag. Let me zoom in. So on the receipt, I wrote my signature here at the bottom. If you're like me and you struggle with using your words, you can use your art. Art is so powerful. I think it's such a good way to make a statement. Okay, last but not least, here is the last piece in my sketchbook. This one is another very emotional and personal piece for me. So my birthday was in the beginning of March. I'm a Pisces. I wanted to just show what it was like to celebrate my birthday, how emotional this birthday was specifically. So there's these ghosts in the back. They're supposed to represent my loved ones who are just not a part of my life anymore. I had to cut ties with them. Unfortunately, it wasn't easy. It wasn't something easy to do, but it had to be done for my growth and for my happiness. So I made this like ghost cake, basically, I call it, because I have a lot of dietary restrictions. I'm also showing in this piece my boyfriend, who has been my rock throughout these tough times. But you can interpret this piece how you want, how it makes you feel. I feel like I kind of messed up on the hands. Yeah, sorry to end on a kind of sad note, but you know, that's just how my sketchbook is sometimes. But if you liked my sketchbook tour and you'd love to see more of my videos, stay tuned. Thank you for watching my first YouTube video. Comment your favorite piece that I did. Take care, ghouls. Bye.